Those are my banties. And then I have Five Finger Death Punch on today, which is another one of my favorites. A lot of times I get asked on Instagram when I do my live chats, what's your favorite song? Can you sing a clip from your favorite song for us? I don't really have one favorite song. So when they ask for this, I just sing a line from their song, burn motherfucker, burn. And that gets them to either laugh or shut up. So it works. Hi, my name is Charlotte Anderson, and I want to be America's Next Top Model so fucking bad. But seriously though, the main reason is because I'm 26 years old, so this is probably my last chance to be on the show, and I really think that I could fucking rock it. I am about 5'8", about 125 to 130 pounds, and I have kind of weird measurements. I'm 32, 27, 37, so smaller on the top, bigger on the bottom. But I think that that's beautiful. I want to be a role model for other girls who maybe have similar measurements or their measurements just aren't fashion measurements, and to show them that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes and that models come in all shapes and sizes. So I would really love to be able to show that to the girls who are watching the show. And I wish that there had been someone like that when I was watching the show when I was growing up. It's been my dream to be on Top Model for about 12 years now. The first time I saw the show, I was 14 years old, and I was actually having my first period, and I had horrible cramps, and I was homesick all day. So I didn't know what to do, so I just watched Top Model reruns on VH1. I watched a whole season in one day, and I was like, wow, I want to fucking do this. First thing I did was I told my parents, how do I do this? How do I start modeling? And they were like, fuck no. Basically, they told me, you're too ugly, you're not tall enough, you don't have the right proportions, and even if you had all those things, it's not a career that we approve of. So I got kind of discouraged from that and kind of just put it on the back burner, and definitely kept watching Top Model and kept dreaming about modeling, but never really took it too seriously. And then fast forward about 10 years later, I was 24, and I had a friend who was in college at Academy of Art, and he asked me if I would pose for him for a shoot, and I was like, hell yeah. Because I still was interested, but I wasn't sure I would be any good at it. And then I ended up having an awesome time, and we both really liked the shots. So he told me, you know, why don't you put these photos on Model Mayhem? And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, it's a website for freelance models and photographers. And I didn't even know what the heck a freelance model was. But I checked out the site, I submitted my photos, and then the rest is kind of history to how I got where I am now. I started doing shoots about once a week, and I've never stopped. So I've kind of just been building up a freelance portfolio. I went from not even having an Instagram account and just having my 5 photos on Model Mayhem to now I have about 25,000 Instagram followers, which I'm pretty proud of since I built that from nothing. So I love the freelance modeling world because it gives models the chance to represent who they really are and not necessarily represent a brand, but represent yourself as a brand. And I love that with freelance modeling, I can be who I am and have my natural body. And if my weight fluctuates, if my measurements change, that's okay. Freelance models exist in all shapes and sizes and different looks, and I love that about the industry. Never once have I been turned down for a freelance gig because of the way I looked. With freelancing, you kind of don't even know about that aspect of it, because if people aren't interested in working with you, they just don't approach you. Or if you approach someone and they're not interested, they just tell you right then, and then it's like, okay, cool, that's it. But I just love how the freelance modeling world allows you to be yourself. And I really want to represent that on America's Next Top Model for young girls who may be watching the show and people are telling them, you know, you're too ugly, you're too fat, you're too whatever. and they can look at me and think, well, hey, look at Charlotte. You know, she doesn't look like the rest of the fashion models, but she's out there doing that, and that makes them think, hey, I can do that. So, I mean, if I could just influence one girl to feel like that and be empowered, then that would be awesome, and that would be worth it to me. Okay, so here are some of my favorite band tees. There's a Slipknot Bro Tank, a classic. Shows a lot of side boob if you have boobs, which I don't. But that's okay. Disturbed, that's one of my favorite bands. I think everybody knows the song, ooh, wah, ah, ah, ah. And then this one combines my 3 interests of kitties, pizza, and space. So I think the only thing that could be better is if there was a guitar in there, but that's a pretty tall order. Heavy Meow, and I love this one. I got this one at the Aftershock Festival because it's like completely cut out in the back, which is really awesome. There's my Halloween black kitty. My boyfriend picked that out because it reminded him of our kitties. And these are some of my elephants. People kind of give me elephant gifts all the time for Christmas and birthdays because that's actually my boyfriend's nickname for me is Elephant, and it's nothing derogatory. It's very sweet. So yeah, I love elephants ever since then. And then these are my Bath & Body Works 3-wick candles. It's not even the whole extent of my collection, but a few years ago I had a problem with candle addiction and bought out like every fucking candle in their store. So now I have too many to even use, and whenever people come over to my house, I say, hey, do you want to take home a candle? Because I could never use all these, and that's not even the extent of my collection. But yeah, crazy candle lady, crazy cat lady, crazy metalhead lady, crazy elephant lady, crazy America's Next Top Model.